Imagine for a moment that your most intimate thoughts, your deepest fears, and your most vulnerable moments were laid bare for the world to see. How would you feel? Would you still feel safe? Would you still feel in control? We live in a world where the pressure to share everything, our successes, our struggles, our every thought, is greater than ever before. Social media, conversations with friends, and even the expectations of those around us all seem to demand that we open up in ways that often leave us exposed. But not everything in our lives should be shared freely. There are parts of our hearts, minds, and experiences that deserve protection. Parts that should remain sacred, kept safe from judgment, misunderstanding, or unwanted interference. Today I want to talk to you about the 5 things you should never share with anyone. These aren't just pieces of information. They are the foundation of who you are. They are the things that, if mishandled, can leave you vulnerable, hurt, and lost. By understanding which areas of our lives need to be kept private, we can live more securely, protect our peace, and empower ourselves to grow without fear of exploitation or harm. So let's begin with the first essential thing you should never share with anyone. There are parts of our lives that are deeply personal, parts that should be protected with everything we have. These are the secrets we carry in our hearts, the vulnerabilities that make us human. We all have them, the moments of weakness, the fears, the doubts, and the past mistakes that we wish could be erased or hidden away. These aspects of who we are should never be shared recklessly, especially with people who might not treat them with the respect they deserve. Vulnerabilities can be a beautiful part of our journey, but they can also become points of exploitation if placed in the wrong hands. The truth is, not everyone around you will handle your vulnerabilities with care. When you expose your weaknesses to others, some might use them against you intentionally or unintentionally. Imagine sharing a painful story about your past, hoping for comfort, only to have someone twist it into judgment or a reason to belittle you. In that moment, what was once an intimate part of your soul has been violated, turned into something that wounds you deeper than it ever could have before. When you open up too freely to people who don't have your best interests at heart, you invite the possibility of betrayal, mockery, or worse, manipulation. The vulnerability that once made you human, the thing that could have been an opportunity for growth, can instead be used as a weapon against you. Our vulnerabilities, though, are not weaknesses in themselves. They make us stronger when we learn to protect them. Every person has battles, fears, and doubts, but not everyone should have access to them. There's strength in knowing when to share your heart and when to keep certain things close. These inner struggles are often where our growth begins, where we come to terms with who we are and who we are becoming. But the moment we let others into that space without discernment, we risk diminishing the power of that transformation. There is wisdom in silence, and there is power in restraint. Keeping your vulnerabilities close doesn't mean hiding them forever. It means knowing when to share them and with whom. Trust must be earned, and not everyone is worthy of the most intimate details of your life. Some people simply don't have the capacity to understand, and others may not even have the integrity to keep your trust intact. It's not about being cold or distant. It's about protecting your heart, your peace, and your emotional well-being. The danger of sharing too much with the wrong people goes beyond just the risk of being hurt. It can affect your self-esteem and confidence. The way others react to your vulnerabilities can shape how you view yourself. If you're met with judgment, condescension, or even pity, it can make you feel ashamed of your humanity, as though your weaknesses make you less than who you truly are. Instead of seeing them as part of your growth, they become something to hide and suppress, which ultimately harms your emotional health and growth. In life, you'll encounter people who will show you empathy and understanding, and those are the people you can trust with your vulnerabilities. But be wise in who you open up to. Guard those fragile parts of yourself like treasures, sharing them only with those who are worthy of the privilege. Our vulnerabilities, when handled correctly, become the very fabric of our resilience. But if shared carelessly, they can unravel us. So, choose carefully and protect them fiercely. Your dreams and aspirations are among the most precious parts of who you are, and they deserve to be protected. These dreams are the fuel that propels you forward, the vision of what you can become, and the passion that drives your every step. The very essence of your potential is wrapped up in these dreams. But the moment you share them too openly with people who either don't understand or cannot support them, you open the door to discouragement, negativity, and sometimes even mockery. It is a natural human inclination to want to share our dreams with others, to express our deepest hopes and ambitions. We long for validation, for someone to tell us that our vision is achievable, that we can reach for the stars. However, not everyone around you will share in that same excitement or belief. In fact, some might dismiss your dreams or even criticize them. These people may lack the vision you possess, and they might project their own limitations onto you. What you see as a powerful, transformative vision might be seen by them as a fantasy, an unrealistic goal, or even a waste of time. The more you share your dreams with people who do not understand or support them, the more likely it is that doubt will seep into your own heart. Dreams are fragile. They take time to nurture, to grow, and to fully develop. In the early stages, they may not even make sense to others. If shared with the wrong people, they could be ridiculed, belittled, or ignored. Once you allow someone to place seeds of doubt in your mind, it can take a long time to weed them out. You might find yourself second-guessing the very thing that once inspired you, wondering if maybe they were right, if maybe your dream was too far-fetched or impossible. What was once a bold, vibrant vision can quickly become a source of fear, regret, and confusion. When you share your dreams with people who do not support you, you also risk exposing yourself to jealousy or resentment. Some individuals might not openly criticize you, but deep down they could harbor envy at your courage to pursue something big or different. This kind of envy can result in subtle sabotage, where they might unintentionally or even intentionally lead you away from your goal. They may suggest safer paths, push you toward more conventional choices, or even undermine your efforts behind your back. The harsh truth is that some people simply cannot handle the idea of someone else striving for greatness, especially if they themselves are too afraid to pursue their own dreams. On the other hand, if you keep your dreams close to your chest and only share them with those who encourage and believe in you, you create a safe space for growth. This doesn't mean you should never open up, but you must be careful with whom you open up to. Trust must be earned, and those who truly support you will protect your dreams as fiercely as you do. They will encourage you when the going gets tough, offer constructive advice when necessary, and celebrate every victory, no matter how small. Your dreams are the blueprint for your future. They are personal, unique to you, and should never be diluted or crushed by the skepticism or negativity of others. As you move forward in life, remember that not everyone will understand or appreciate your vision, and that is okay. Protect your dreams, share them only with those who uplift and support you, and watch as they take shape into something powerful and life-changing. Money is a deeply personal matter that often carries a great deal of emotional weight. Whether you have a little or a lot, your financial situation is uniquely yours, and it should be handled with discretion and care. Sharing the details of your finances with others can lead to a host of problems, both practical and emotional, and it's important to understand the reasons why. Money can bring out the best and the worst in people, and when you share too much about your financial standing, you risk attracting the wrong kind of attention. One of the most common dangers of sharing your financial situation is the way it can stir up envy. People's perceptions of wealth are often colored by their own desires, struggles, and experiences. If you have a stable financial situation or have achieved a level of success that others envy, they might not be happy for you. Instead, their reaction may be one of jealousy, and this can manifest in many forms. They might make snide remarks, minimize your accomplishments, or even attempt to manipulate the situation to their advantage. The more you expose yourself to these feelings, the more vulnerable you become to being taken advantage of by those who cannot celebrate your success without resenting it. Conversely, if you are struggling financially, revealing that too openly can lead to a different set of challenges. Many people, though well-meaning, may try to offer unsolicited advice, or worse, express pity. While some might offer genuine help, there's a fine line between support and judgment. When you share your financial hardships, you risk being perceived as someone who is less capable or less successful, and this can affect how people treat you. Instead of receiving sympathy or help, you might find yourself being viewed as a burden or as someone who needs to be fixed. This perception can lead to a loss of dignity and personal pride, further complicating your financial challenges. Talking too much about your finances can open the door to unwanted expectations or demands from others. People may begin to think that because you have money, you should be responsible for helping them, whether it's lending money, buying gifts, or supporting their own financial ventures. Even if you have the means to help, constantly being asked for financial assistance can create tension in relationships. The more you share about your financial situation, the more others may feel entitled to be involved in it. This can lead to resentment on both sides. Resentment on your part for being asked, and on theirs for feeling neglected or rejected when you say no. Money can also be a source of conflict within families or among friends. if family members or close friends are aware of your financial situation, it can create tension, especially if there are differing opinions on how money should be used or allocated. For instance, some might feel entitled to a portion of your wealth, leading to disputes that can damage relationships for years to come. Even well-intentioned advice or requests can turn into pressure to conform to someone else's views on how you should manage your finances. Ultimately, the more you share about your financial situation, the more you risk inviting complications into your life. Money, in its essence, is just a tool, and it should not define who you are or the way others see you. Keeping your financial matters private allows you to maintain control over how you spend, invest, and save without the interference or judgment of others. It helps preserve your peace of mind and ensures that your decisions are based on your values and needs, not the expectations or opinions of those around you. Family relationships are deeply personal, and the dynamics within a family can often be complex. Families, for better or for worse, are where we first learn about love, loyalty, conflict, and support. These relationships are often the foundation of who we are, but they can also be a source of great pain, particularly when family issues arise. However, one thing that should never be shared with others are the intimate struggles and problems within your family. When these issues are exposed to outsiders, it can lead to a range of negative consequences that can further damage the relationships involved. The first problem with sharing family issues with others is that it can open the door to gossip and judgment. Families are inherently messy and imperfect, and every family has its share of conflict. But when you air these issues publicly, you risk allowing others to form opinions about your family members based on limited information. People who aren't involved in the situation don't have the full context, and they may make judgments that are unfair or inaccurate. These judgments can lead to misunderstandings, making it harder to repair relationships or find solutions. Once you share family problems with others, those issues can become the subject of conversations that you have no control over, spreading beyond your circle and potentially becoming distorted. Another danger in sharing family struggles with others is that it can create unnecessary division. The relationships within a family are often built on trust and a shared sense of privacy. When these matters are shared with people outside the family, it can cause rifts between family members. People might feel betrayed that their personal struggles have been exposed, and this betrayal can lead to a loss of trust that is difficult to rebuild. It may also force other family members to take sides, further complicating the situation and preventing resolution. The person you confide in may not only feel the need to offer advice, but could also become emotionally involved, complicating an already sensitive issue. Revealing family problems to others can lead to further emotional strain for everyone involved. Family issues are often rooted in deeply personal feelings, long-standing history, and past experiences that outsiders may not fully understand. When others are made aware of your struggles, it can create added pressure and discomfort. It's not uncommon for people to offer advice that is not only unhelpful, but might also exacerbate the situation. People outside the family may not realize the emotional burden these issues carry, and their well-intentioned advice can come off as dismissive or insensitive. At times, these well-meaning comments can even deepen the pain, making the person who is struggling feel misunderstood. When family issues are exposed, it can inadvertently damage the reputation of the family as a whole. Families, even in the midst of conflict, usually work best when they maintain a certain degree of unity and privacy. Publicly airing disagreements or private matters invites others to view the family through a lens of dysfunction, and it can be difficult to undo the perceptions that others form. This can lead to lasting damage to the way others perceive your family, affecting relationships both inside and outside of the family unit. Finally, family problems, like all sensitive issues, need space and time to heal. When they are shared outside of the family, the healing process can be delayed or disrupted. Families need time to work through their difficulties, and they often require patience, understanding, and sometimes professional help. When external opinions and emotions are introduced, it can muddy the waters, making it harder for family members to find common ground and work toward resolution. Family issues should remain within the family unit. They are deeply personal and should be handled with care and respect. Sharing them with others often leads to more harm than good, creating further emotional turmoil, misunderstanding, and division. Trust, respect, and privacy are the foundations that allow families to work through their struggles. And when these boundaries are respected, healing becomes much more achievable. Your faith or spiritual struggles are deeply personal, often forming the core of who you are. They shape your values, guide your decisions, and provide meaning and purpose in your life. However, when it comes to sharing these internal spiritual battles or uncertainties with others, it's important to exercise caution. Spirituality and faith are intimate aspects of your identity, and sharing them too freely with people who do not respect or understand your beliefs can lead to confusion, criticism, or a loss of confidence in your own spiritual path. The first concern with sharing your faith struggles is that others may not have the depth of understanding or respect needed to support you. Faith is often tied to deep personal experiences, and people who don't share your beliefs or haven't walked the same journey may offer responses that are dismissive, patronizing, or judgmental. When someone questions your beliefs or tells you that your spiritual struggles are a sign of weakness, it can be discouraging, making you feel as though you are not allowed to have doubts or questions. This can undermine your spiritual growth, as you may begin to feel ashamed or guilty for struggling with something that is naturally a part of the human experience. Just as you wouldn't ask someone to explain their innermost thoughts to someone who doesn't understand, you shouldn't expose your spiritual battles to people who will not treat them with the respect they deserve. Another challenge in sharing your spiritual struggles is the risk of misunderstanding. Faith is deeply personal, and often the language we use to describe our beliefs can be confusing to those who do not share the same frame of reference. Someone who does not share your religious background or understanding may misinterpret your words, offering advice that is unhelpful or even harmful. For example, they might tell you to just have more faith, which can feel dismissive if you're wrestling with doubts or a period of spiritual dryness. While well-meaning, this kind of advice does not address the real, complex emotions involved and can leave you feeling even more isolated in your journey. When you open up about your faith or spiritual struggles, you also risk exposing yourself to ridicule or judgment from those who don't value or understand your beliefs. In today's world, faith is often marginalized or even mocked. If you are in an environment where your beliefs are not respected, sharing your doubts or struggles can lead to a lack of empathy or worse, outright hostility. People may try to convince you that your faith is misplaced, criticize your practices, or belittle the things you hold sacred. This kind of negative response can be deeply painful, as your faith is not just a set of ideas. It is who you are, and to have it questioned or ridiculed can feel like a personal attack. Additionally, sharing your spiritual struggles can sometimes lead to unwanted pressure from others. People might feel compelled to fix your faith or offer unsolicited advice on how to strengthen it. They may suggest practices or paths that don't resonate with your personal journey or try to impose their own understanding of spirituality onto you. This can create a feeling of frustration, as it takes away your ability to explore and process your faith in your own way and at your own pace. What is a deeply personal and evolving journey for you can be reduced to something that others feel they need to correct or improve. Finally, revealing your spiritual struggles to the wrong people can cause you to doubt your faith or spiritual path. Everyone goes through periods of doubt and questioning in their spiritual lives, but these are moments that can lead to deep personal growth. When you share these struggles with people who don't understand, you may find yourself doubting not just your beliefs, but your very ability to navigate your spiritual journey. The words and judgments of others can plant seeds of insecurity that may stay with you long after the conversation ends. This can hinder your ability to find clarity and strength in your own beliefs, leaving you feeling lost or disconnected from your faith. Your spiritual struggles are something that should be shared with those who understand and respect your journey and who can provide thoughtful, compassionate support. Not everyone is equipped to walk alongside you in these moments, and it's important to protect your spiritual life from the influences of those who do not have the wisdom or understanding to guide you through your doubt. Faith is a deeply personal experience, and it is vital to guard it from the opinions and judgments of those who may not share your values or have the maturity to engage with your struggles in a meaningful way. There are certain aspects of our lives that deserve to be protected, and understanding what to share and what to keep private is essential for our emotional and mental well-being. Our personal secrets, dreams, finances, family matters, and spiritual struggles are intimate parts of our journey that shape who we are. Sharing them recklessly with others can invite judgment, misunderstanding, and even harm. By guarding these sacred areas of our lives, we ensure that we maintain control, protect our peace, and allow ourselves the space to grow. Remember, it is okay to keep certain things close to your heart. To be discerning about who you trust with your most vulnerable moments. Choose wisely and surround yourself with those who will support, encourage, and help you grow. Protect what is sacred to you and trust that in doing so, you will find strength and resilience in your own journey. Good luck to each of you as you move forward. May you find the wisdom to discern when to speak and when to remain silent, the courage to pursue your dreams, and the peace that comes from knowing what to protect. Thank you for listening, and may your path be filled with wisdom, peace, and growth.